The NBA offseason is heating up, and one name continues to dominate the trade rumor mill: Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coming off yet another All-NBA first-team season, Giannis put up eye-popping numbers: 30.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 6.5 assists per game, reaffirming why he's one of the most unstoppable forces in the league. At 30 years old, the two-time MVP and 2021 Finals MVP is at a crossroads, weighing his future in the NBA and whether it still lies in Milwaukee. Earlier this summer, there was a buzz about Giannis potentially teaming up with the Toronto Raptors. Doug Smith from the Toronto Star reported mutual interest between Giannis and the Raptors organization, sparking excitement among fans north of the border. But that chatter seemed to cool when Giannis himself publicly expressed his desire to stay in Milwaukee for what would be his 12th NBA season. According to reports from Eurohoops, Giannis was clear about wanting to remain a Buck, putting to rest, for a moment at least, the talk of a blockbuster trade. But then, just when it seemed settled, new rumors reignited. On a recent episode of ESPN's Get Up, insider Shams Charania, known for breaking some of the biggest NBA news, threw a curveball. Charania didn't rule out the possibility of a Giannis trade happening later this summer. He made it clear that Giannis's future wouldn't hinge on the NBA draft or free agency, but rather could come down to a deal struck before training camps begin. Charania said, "His future, I've said it for the last few weeks, it won't be tied to the draft. It won't be tied to free agency. If there is a resolution on Giannis Antetokounmpo, it could be later in the summer." This statement sent ripples through the NBA community. If Giannis were to move, it would instantly shift the balance of power in the league and shake up the Eastern Conference in a way few moves have in recent years. Hours after the report dropped, Giannis posted a cryptic three-word message on Instagram. The vague post didn't confirm or deny anything, but it was enough to fuel the speculation even more. The NBA fanbase exploded with reactions, some pleading with him to come to their city, others urging him to demand a trade. "Come to Toronto," one fan tweeted, reflecting the earlier buzz about the Raptors. Another said, "Come to Toronto PLS," echoing the hopes of Raptors supporters dreaming of adding Giannis to their roster. Others had different destinations in mind. "Come to the Warriors," shouted a fan, imagining a super team in Golden State. Another fan bluntly stated, "Request a trade. Bucks ain't gonna grant you a championship anytime soon," calling into question Milwaukee's ability to build a championship roster around him. Giannis's potential departure would mark one of the biggest seismic shifts in the NT since LeBron James moved to Miami in 2010. The Bucks have been his home since he was drafted in 2013, transforming from a raw, unpolished talent into one of the greatest players in the game. They delivered an NBA championship in 2020, ending a 50-year title drought. But now, questions loom over whether Giannis feels that Milwaukee can give him a realistic shot at more rings in the coming years. The Bucks have certainly tried to build around him, signing key role players and making savvy draft picks. But the landscape of the NBA is changing fast. Super teams and player empowerment are more prominent than ever, and stars like Giannis want to compete for championships while they're in their prime. Whether Milwaukee can keep up with the shifting tides is still up in the air. If Giannis does request a trade or the Bucks decide to explore options, the dominoes will fall quickly. Teams across the league will scramble to put together offers involving young stars, draft picks, and salary cap space to lure the Greek freak. The Raptors remain a logical suitor, with a strong core of young talent and a passionate fan base ready to embrace Giannis as their new leader. The Warriors, while more loaded in the short term, could also be interested in adding another superstar to their championship-caliber lineup. And then there are other contenders waiting in the wings, each imagining what life would be like with Giannis on their side. For Bucks fans, the prospect of losing their franchise player is scary, but also a reality they might have to face. For NBA fans in general, it means an off-season full of drama, speculation, and game-changing decisions. As we watch the summer unfold, one thing is clear: Giannis Antetokounmpo's next move will be one of the biggest stories of this NBA offseason. Will he stay loyal to Milwaukee and continue to chase titles there? Or will he take his talents elsewhere, reshaping the league and sparking a new era of NBA basketball? Make sure to stay tuned as we bring you all the latest updates on this developing saga.